What's going on, YouTube? We're back for another Majora's Mask randomizer. When we left off, I had just found the way to continue forward and been able to unlock like Epona, which unlocks like the Great Bait section, especially with the Zora coat. So we're gonna definitely get to those immediately. I am still missing a bow, even though I do have every single enchanted arrow technically. So the first thing you gotta understand is I suck with Epona because I just prefer to just ground jump over everything. It just makes it a little bit easier. So we are gonna go to the Zora area, grab the owl statue, and then immediately just go ahead and come back and just like grab bombs and stuff like that. I would say this specific randomizer is actually kind of pretty good, just because of the simple fact that like it's a little bit more challenging. Like I still only have one transformation mask, which is kind of normal for like a normal playthrough where you'd only have Deku so far. What you will find very quickly is that this will just kind of like ramp up really fast. So like the episode 1 was just kind of where I just basically would sit here and go, holy shit, I have nothing. And then episode 2, I basically just grab everything that I need and just call it a day from there. So I still don't know the actual true path the game's trying to take me yet. Obviously, it's completely okay with handing me every single magical item in the game, and then proceeding to just not hand me magic so I can use them properly. So I'm gonna double check in here. This is actually where I find out that, hey, this is a new rotation. We don't have any bombs on us. So I'm gonna immediately just walk out, teleport out, and then just kind of go grab bombs, because that's what I need to do. So we're gonna grab this owl statue, and then I'm gonna look for Tingle, just because I saw that I had Deku Mask, but then completely forgot that I did not have any magic. So we're just gonna attempt to just like kind of look at Tingles menacingly, and then we're gonna leave to go grab bombs. This guy's gonna talk to us and we're just gonna tell him to shove off. Yep, so here we go. So I have no idea why I needed to load into the next area just to go find out, then remember that, hey, that rock that you want to blow up so you can grab a fish, yeah, you still need bombs for that, buddy. Alright, so to determine a field, we're just gonna go ahead and go out. Just as a reminder, I technically do not still have a sword, so I'm using the Great Fairy Sword just to try to grab some bombs. I at least want 3 drops so that I shouldn't have to come back and grab more if I don't want to. Oh, and we are a rich, rich boy. Alright, so we're gonna come back to the Great Bay, and then we're just gonna immediately go towards the Skulltula house. That's where, like, I'm gonna blow down the wall, I'm gonna check one of the Skulltulas, kind of go down the hill, and just kind of realized, yo, hey, for once, the randomizer did not hand you, first off, a bow, and second off, a hook shot. So, yeah, so we're just gonna deal with that as it comes. Something I also forgot from last episode, just because of how long ago it was for me, was that I actually had the Picto box with the King Deku, and I was gonna actually turn that in, and I ended up missing the timing for it because I just deleted it and I was trying to do a bunch of other the Picto box stuff. You can actually kill this guy if you're good enough, like that. And then the big reveal is he was just beans. So basically just went down, and then I'm just like, okay, well, yeah, it's time to leave. There's really no reason to even be here. So we'll just go from there and call it and check out the actual Zora area. So in the Zora area, there is the shop, the torches, the guy who's creepy and wants pictures of the female Zora, and then there's also going to be a bad and good version of the picture. And then that is basically everything in the Zora area. There's also going to be the chests next to the Great Fairy. And then there's also going to be the grotto that's underneath that rock. That's usually where I grab my fish for the lab area. So we're gonna come down here and we're gonna grab our fish. It's actually nice that the game decided to give us 3 bottles already. I would say the main thing that we're basically missing in this run is songs at this point. So we're gonna grab our fish, then we're gonna check what the chest is. Lo and behold, more useless junk. I like having the fairies and the Skulltulas randomized, but it does get a little tiring when 90% of the things that you open in the chest are just Great Fairies and Skulltulas. It's like, okay, I get that there's, let's see, 15 times 4 plus the 60 that's on the Skulltulas, so that's gonna be about 120 total items that the game can just throw anywhere instead of them being in their main slot. So, you know, whatever. So we're just gonna swim to the Zora area so I can check out some things. We're going to grab the owl statue, because the only thing I don't randomize in this randomizer is always the Song of Soaring. I just find it a million times more entertaining and interesting when I'm not having to manually walk everywhere every single time I want to go do something. Zora's shop time, and what do they got? Magic. So we finally get magic. I actually buy out the entire shop just because I have the money to be able to do it. So this is actually extended magic, so I have a full thing of magic. I also do have in my inventory Romani's milk, the upgraded version, which does give me infinite magic. So pretty much for the rest of this video, I'm gonna have infinite magic guaranteed without having to actually work anymore for it. Just looking around just in case I can do something, but we're just gonna teleport away because we have magic and we need to go check some other things. That mainly being the Clock Town area, because we can now destroy the balloon and go do the bomber stuff as well. Infinite magic time. It seems like every single time I do one of these randomizers, I always have infinite magic. It's like Romani's milk is always just there ready for when I have magic, so it's kind of nice. Dingus fell down, Lamau. Alright, so we got Bunny Hood for once in our lives. So this is going to be quick work. I usually would just have a bow to knock them down, but with Bunny Hood, I legitimately just can run at them fast enough to grab every single one of them. So we're just going to go ahead and get that done and go from there. Bro did not stand a chance against me. It is actually hilarious. I just walked right into him. So, surprisingly, I guess the actual thing that they wanted you to do was get Ipana, jump over the fence, grab the 2 owl statues, immediately go to the Zora shop, grab magic, and then come here and do these guys. And then the combination is 1, 4, 5, 2, 3. So I did put that on the little check mark tracker thing as well, just because usually I don't. So yes, we that was very huge. We actually now have, in fact, 2 transformation masks right off the rip. So we're not even like, what? Yeah, it's only been like around 12 to 15 minutes into the video, and we immediately already got magic and Zora mask. So that just is huge. So I'm going to fail miserably to try to get Tingle down here. It is actually just better to try to get Tingle down with a bow. Then we are going to cash in our fish. A little fishy fish. You already know whatever we're gonna get from this fish is gonna be crazy. That's why we do it, because it's gonna be crazy. Is this thing even randomized? Well, of course it is. That's why you're watching. So, yep, it just gives us a heart piece, so, you know, whatever. At least it's a check mark off. So that's nice. Now I'm going to attempt to take Tingle down. Or no, I just leave. I don't know when I... It's kind of weird. Yeah, because I just go to the Zora crap. Yeah, because I wanted to do the other checks for the Zora area. So the Zora shop's completely done, which is nice. I'd also like to make mention, the red Zora look actually looks really great here. I actually like that you can just customize the colors. It looks really awesome. So we're just going to go into the room. We're going to double check what's in the room and then what he's trying to sell to us and see if there's anything good there. Purple rupee for $40. I'm getting ripped off. Nice. So anyway, the room's completely worthless. And this time I will actually pick the correct door first try. You're welcome, chat. Don't worry. I know how much you really appreciate that. So then we're gonna just detransform, play the ocarina, and get the quote-unquote heart piece for this section. And it's a Great Bay Temple Fairy! Woo! We love Great Fairies! Woo! So, it's still worth a check. You never know when the Goron mask could show up. So then I'm gonna walk up here and talk to this guy, just to try to, like, remember if he's the one that we're supposed to be talking to. It is, he doesn't like talking to Hylians, he prefers talking to Zora people. So I got a little confused about that, because usually by the time I get to the Zora Cup, I already have everything I need, so I don't really need to do these kinds of side quests. So I'm pretty much just sitting here double checking that right now. And then finding out, yeah, okay, so there is 2. And here's my mistake. I should have just kept that picture and go deliver it and then come back here. I was just like, oh, you know, I'm pretty sure I'm smart enough that the past me definitely put it in already. Yeah, no, I did not do that. And then this guy annoys the piss out of me because he wants an exact angle of the fucking female Zoran. It's like, brother, just sign up for the OnlyFans and go about your business. Like, I don't know why you need Link to be a fucking creep. This makes 0 sense to me. I'm gonna look into the camera because I accidentally deleted the picture I was about to sell to him. Like, can you believe this shit? It's not that great, but, you know, could you get kind of like a different angle? You know, like, you know what I mean, Link, right? Like a better angle, Link. Come on, man. You know what I mean, like fish to fish. Come on, man. So, whatever. I'm gonna come out here, take another shitty picture if you ask him. It's like, brother, I got you a fucking face shot. Like, I don't know how that's not a good enough angle for you, but whatever. So I'm not even gonna grab a good picture here. He's just gonna piss me off to the point I just leave and go do something else. Because there's like a lot of stuff I need to check anyway. It's still not good enough, Link. It's still not good enough. I need better. I need better from you, Link. Come on, man. What the fuck? It's like, yeah, I'll keep the change. Like, look at it. Like, look at it. I'm fucking staring at the camera like, can you believe this fucking idiot? Ah, here's the mythical point that I was talking about, where I try to knock down Tingle without having an actual resource to be able to knock him down appropriately. I could have swore Deku Link could have actually shot him down, but I did a perfect angle and it just didn't hit, so I just have to assume that's not how that works. Alright, so we're at Pinnacle Rock, and we're just going to basically go through the area. So notable things for this area, there is, I think, 6 eels, 2 treasure chests, 3, ignore the void out, I'm an idiot. 2 treasure chests, 1 seahorse, 3 eggs, and that's pretty much this whole entire area. I still personally think to this day the entire Zora section of Majora's Mask is probably the most boring, if I'm being completely honest. So, yeah, there's really just not much else I can really say about Pinnacle Rock. I do not find Pinnacle Rock that interesting myself, so it is what it is. The next part is we do actually have enough eggs for all the Zora eggs here, so that means we only have to do 1 trip and then we're done. So the Zora egg side quest or main quest we can actually do immediately. I'd also like to go on a rant of, like, the Zora egg kind of quest is kind of annoying because if you technically wanted to do it the optimal way without any cheating, going off of like the base game that I'm trying to think about it. So you basically get 1 bottle from getting the red potion to the one girl. Then you get another bottle from the Beaver Brothers. So you'd like basically go in, grab the hook shot, and then leave. Don't even attempt to grab any eggs, just leave and go grab another bottle. So you get a bottle from there. Yeah, I don't even know where you get the other bottles, actually. Hold on, I'm gonna look that up. It's been so long since I played the original game, I can't even remember where you get the original bottles. More stray fairies. We love stray fairies. So yeah, basically the way the game devs have it is by the time you do Pinnacle Rock, you actually will have 3 bottles, because you get 1 bottle from rescuing the witch, then you get another bottle for the gold dust, so the Goron race, and then the actual progression. So if you're playing the game proper, so the actual progression they would have for you is you do basically Deku Palace, then you do Snowhead, and then Snowhead gives you Bomb. And because you're doing Bomb to get into the ranch, you should also be doing Gold Dust. So then if you're going to do Gold Dust, you're going to do the entire ranch, is their ideology on that. So after you do the ranch, you then get a bottle from her as well. So by the time you do actually make it to the Pinnacle Rock, you're supposed to have the red potion bottle, the gold dust bottle, the Romani Ranch bottle, and then if you're doing it optimally, you're actually supposed to go grab Hookshot, leave, go to do the beaver race, and then you have 4 bottles. which means you can do the Romani's Ranch, immediately come here, do Pinnacle Rock, grab the 3 eggs, leave, go grab Hookshot, small key for Woodfall Temple, worthless. I already went through the entirety of Woodfall Temple last video, so that doesn't really matter. Anyway, and then you would basically grab Hookshot, go to Beaver Race, come back, and then go through the entirety of Pirate Fortress. So it's just kind of like, I don't know, I just don't think it's really that interesting. And then you also get like you can technically, I guess, if you didn't want to do the Beaver Race and just wanted to do everything in one go, you could technically do all of Snowhead in one cycle while you're doing the Couples Mask quests. So you can get the Romani, so you'd basically do like all of Snowhead on day 1, try to do a majority of the ranch on day 2, and then you would get the mask by day 2 at the end of it, while you're still doing all the couple stuff. And then you can go to the milk bar, hand the special delivery letter, and then you'd get a bottle from there, and then technically you would have 4 bottles going into the Zora domain area. So, not Zora domain, Great Bay area. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's I just think the bottles for Majora's Mask are just kind of just eh. I really think it's just annoying than it is actually anything fun. Because the only reason they even put 6 bottles in the game is just so you have enough bottles to pick up majority of the Zora eggs. The issue I do have is, like, if you try to do the Pinnacle Rock and the Zora Pirate Fortress at the exact same time, you're still down 1 more bottle. That it makes it so that you can't just grab them all in one go and then just dump them all in here. You have to go back and do one, or you have to do one and then the other. So I don't even know why. Like, I like that they put them close to each other, but I don't understand the logic on it. Like, why would you not just make it so it's 6? But I guess, like, that always just goes back into, like, you know, Great Wave Bossa Nova is 7, and we're trying to make a song out of them because it's supposed to be what's her called eggs, and, you know, blah 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 blah, Laura exponentials, yeah. So we're gonna go to Zora Fortress, that's what I said. I am a bit of an idiot. So we're going to Pirate Fortress. We cannot do the entirety of Pirate Fortress until we get the Goron mask, sadly, but that's perfectly fine. It's not going to be that big of a deal. I do attempt to actually rush out here to grab a picture of the pirate, just so I can sell it to the fisherman, and then I horribly fail and immediately just pivot to, okay, I missed my jump, and it's not going to let me climb on. I'm just gonna go open the chest at the bottom here. So, just remember, at the start, the entire path I took was Epona to Zora, Zora to Zora Shop to the kids to here again, because then the kids gave me Zora Mask, so that I could actually do other stuff here. And then into the Hero's Bow. So the Hero's Bow was actually just treasure that the pirates stole from Deku Palace, and then decided, you know what? We don't care enough. We're just gonna toss it down at the bottom of our lake area. So, great. Anyway, we do have the bow now. I can still get upgrades for it, but just having the bow is great because Woodfall is completely completable in this cycle now, and we don't have to think about it. Another Sculptula, which is nice. I am trying to just collect as many of these as I can. I could not for the life of me remember that the second chest technically is near the door. So I was checking over there and I was just like, oh yeah, it's by the door. So then we just swim over there. I don't think I've ever actually randomized the Zora, like, energy beam thing, just because I think black looks good on all the Zora recolors. So But there's nothing in this chest anyway, because it's just like a regular chest, so you can tell like if it's going to be something good or not, if it's depending on the chest itself. So then we are going to go ahead and just kind of get out of here, because there's really no reason to be here anymore. I am still trying to get this picture just in case, but yeah, the game makes it very clear if you're gonna take a picture of somebody, you need to have like the perfect angle you've ever seen in your life before the game's actually gonna allow you to do anything with it. I could, for the life of me, not remember that you did not need to talk to him. You had to talk to the seahorse itself, and then he would say, "Oh, you want the seahorse? Well, only if you get me some pornographic material of the pirates in the Pirate's Fortress, then I'll be able to give you the seahorse, because I'm a fucking asshole." So it's just like, bruh, really? I mean, there definitely is a pirate, but it's not one close up, so I can see every little detail. So fuck you, Link. No seahorse for you. Go, shoo shoo. Fucking dickhead. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and teleport back to Clock Town just so that we can get our other checks done. Since we do have magic now and a bow, so we're gonna be able to actually check a couple of other things. So one of those things would be, we're going to check underneath the rock now that we do have Zora Mask. So this is like 2 Zora checks, but like I originally went to Clock Town just to check Snowhead, if I'm being completely honest. But we're still going to check these just because we do have Zora Mask and these checks are completely available. You do not need Hero's Bow in order to be able to check these, or at least this one. You can actually just check it with Zora Mask by itself. Okay, we officially have 4 bottles, so whenever we get hookshot, we are basically just completely free to do the Pirate's Fortress all in one go, except for the bottom section. I technically just don't have access to the bottom section at all. That does kind of annoy me too, because like I wish, so like technically I don't need hookshot to get into Pirate's Fortress. I can just bomb hover. It makes it like a million times harder, and it would be one of those like, I'm out of options, I gotta go. Bomber's notebook. Bing! Yep, more stuff. More useless clutter for Link's inventory. But as I was saying, it does kind of annoy me because, like, you need hookshot in order to get into Pirate's Fortress, or you need Goron Mask to be able to activate it. Normal playthrough, you have to have Goron Mask. If you're just doing, like, I don't care how I play the game, I'm just gonna play it how I want to play it, then you can technically access the Pirate's Fortress with just bombs. You don't even need the Goron Mask. So point being is I'd like to be able to do the under area with just hookshot if I have it, but the game actually technically locks you out from both sides because there's a gate if you're trying to go in reverse, and then there's a gate if you're trying to go forward, both that require a Goron ground pound. So yeah, technically the Zora area for the Pirate's Fortress could be 100% complete right now if I want to bomb hover over, but at this point it's just not really worth it. I just want to remind everybody that Epona is fucking dumb, and I wish I could just Goron jump over these on the fence, because Epona just does not want to jump. I don't know why. I'm not sure if it's just because I'm going at a weird angle. She seemed to be fine jumping that fence there, but it didn't take the first time. I'm now going to completely waste my time by trying to not get off Epona and shoot these guys because I just do not want to get off the horse. This is a waste of time, because then the second one just comes in anyway and then just hits me and then I get cursed anyway, because we're basically here to go to the graveyard. Check the graveyard grotto, and then for once we do actually have Sonata's Awakening to be able to fight the big skeleton guy, so that's fun. Bone boss down. Give me the treasure. So technically you're actually supposed to need a hook shot in a normal gameplay for this, but if you just like get on the ledge and then just roll jump, you just make it flawlessly, which is ironic because I don't think they actually thought about that. But yeah, it's just a heart container, kind of a waste of time, but you know, more health makes it so that we can just kind of play longer if we need to. So that's good. Dang, that mass selection is looking kinda empty. Probably should get more stuff to fill that. Alright, we're finally gonna go to the mountain area because it is 3 o'clock in the morning, and you only get access to the Goron shop on day 1. And if you can't make it by day 1, you physically need the Goron mask to be able to access it for yourself. So I'm basically just rushing to go get that done, which is why it took me so long to actually just select where I was going to teleport, because I was trying to remember like what the route was that I was going to take. So we basically just want to go up here, have bombs in the ready, and climb up this as fast as possible, because we need to be able to get to the Goron shop to check what's in there. And then I think I even like look back when I think about it and remember that I was like, do I even have necessary materials to be here for anything else? Not really. Goron is pretty needed for the Goron section. I know, who would have guessed, but you know, it is what it is. So that's mainly what we're gonna do. We're gonna check the Goron shop. I could technically do a couple of other checks. In fact, I passed one on the way to the Goron shop. You can even like see I was like remembering to do it, and then I just forgot anyway. So we basically walk over here, grab our owl statue like that, and then we just go to the Goron shop and we check what's in the Goron shop. So, I think the lore implications here is that this man sits out here and guards the door for the entirety of day 1, and it's so fucking cold for him that he legitimately just turns into a fucking snowball. Like, A+ storytelling. So, here we are at the Goron shop, and what do we got? Bum, ba, ba, ba. It is Hookshot, exactly what we're looking for. Holy shit. So we're just gonna go ahead and pick up Hookshot. I unironically thought that this was just gonna be a full, because I couldn't believe we like had a straight line to go from like Magic to then Zora to then Hookshot. Well, actually it would have been Bow then to Hookshot. So yeah, I basically sit here for like a second and I'm just kind of like, can I do anything? No, and then I just leave. So we're going to check the Lens of Truth area and go from there. We did it, boys. We did it. We got a sword. We got a sword we can swing for 99 more times, because I just used one on a piece of grass. Holy bejesus, we did it. Look at that. A little bit of a crouch stab, like cha-cha, cha-cha. So anyway, I just want more bombs. So we're just gonna use the Great Fairy Sword to grab all that stuff. Alright, so with Hookshot at our disposal, we are immediately going to do the entirety of the Skulltula house. So for Skulltula houses, I'm just gonna let the gameplay play and just gather all the items and then talk about it afterwards. Alright, so we're back, and we're done with the Skulltula house. So, there's actually quite a bit of items in the Skulltula house. First things first, we got Great Wave Bossa Nova, we got the Great Wave Nova Bossa Nova, Boss Key, we got the song, we also got the Kitten Mask, the Stray Fairy, the Couples Mask, so a lot of good stuff in there. Definitely helped out a lot. And then we did get at least 2 Swamp Skulltulas, 1 Stray Fairy for the Woodfall, 1 Great Bay Fairy, and then 1 Woodfall Fairy. And then we did also, in fact, get Woodfall's Boss Key as well. So, Woodfall is 100% completable now. Stray Fairy just gives us $20. In case you didn't notice, I have $466, so it's really not that needed, but, you know, whatever. We take what we can get. So, now that both Skulltula houses are, for the most part, completely done, we can pretty much just go do things that we need to. I remembered that at the very beginning of this run, I did actually do the jump slash to get him down so I could check his inventory. So here is where I do a bit of a oopsie whoopsies. I meant to play reversed Song of Time, and that was going to make it so that I could just speed up 2 hours and then do the check. I accidentally did Song of Double Time. This actually doesn't come back to bite me anyway, which is nice. But yeah, I did not mean to actually go to 6 o'clock at night, even though it was just 8 a.m. That was just kind of an accident. But we are just going to go ahead and do the Couples Mask. And then we did also get the Romanti Milk Bar Mask from the Skulltulas as well. So we have plenty of checks that we're going to do, which is great. And we still have, like, you know, Woodfall we can do. Great Bay's completely open now. So we have plenty of stuff that we can get done if we need to. Oh my god, this idiot doesn't know how many Cocos are in the barn. What a fucking loser. Everybody point and laugh at him. And then I just realized that my tracker actually has it wrong. We do not have the Great Bay Temple's Boss Key. We have Snowhead Temple's Boss Key. And we don't have access to Snowhead because we need a Lullaby still. So I just wanted to make that clarification. Alright, so we're back at the Zora area. We're gonna do some cleanup. I'm gonna basically take a better picture of her and give it to the one guy. And then we're also gonna light the torches up on top. And that should pretty much clear out this area for any more checks at all. So we should not need any more checks for this area anymore. And then we can just pretty much just go from there. Oh my god, it's her irresistible face. Here, take $20. Thanks, bruh. Alright, fucking loser. Simp. Fucking, just go talk to her, you fucking loser. It's that easy. So, anyway, we're gonna basically just run down here to do the check for the torches and see what we can get from there. Yay, a piece of heart! I love pieces of heart! Yay! And then not to mention that I did just remember that we did also get double defense in the Gold Skulltula house. It's really not that important because this game is like... The point of this game being hard is actually just off of the fact that you only have 3 days to do stuff. And if you're not paying attention, you can just lose all that progress. So, you know. I would actually like to do a randomizer run where I try to do like 3 hits, and then if I get hit like 3 times, the moon just crashes and I have to restart from the very beginning. I think that would actually be like very interesting. You fool, get frozen. Which also, if you're underwater and frozen as a Zora, you get voided out. Thank the Lord, I love transversing the Zora cope. Alright, so to finish off the Zora Corp area, we are just gonna go ahead and do the Beaver Brothers, and then do all the hookshotting spots, and just collect those items, so, you know, that'll just take me a second, but, you know, enjoy the perfection that is me doing the Beaver Brothers flawlessly. Alright, so we're done with the Beaver Brothers. We have already got everything that we needed as well, so we are pretty much good to go. And we're gonna get straight out of here. So at this point, we're just basically just gonna go ahead and do the Pirate Fortress, because that's what's gonna be next on the list. We should have 4 bottles, which we do. So we're basically just gonna go through the entirety of Pirate Fortress. The only thing that I would say that is unique about this Pirate Fortress run for me, usually if you watch my content, by the time I get to Pirate Fortress, I usually have a Fierce Deity's Mask, which makes everything a lot easier. For once, Fierce Deity's Mask didn't just like pop up out of nowhere immediately at the very beginning of the run, so I just run around as him. So I actually have to use real tactics to get around the fortress properly. So, for one of the skips, which is the room that's right outside the hookshot. So, like, if you are going directly out of the hookshot room with the egg, and you look to your right, there should be a slanted roof to make sure that you can't just jump down and skip one of the fights. I do a bomb hover there, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm excited for you guys to like see how I kind of do that. But for the most part, Pirate Fortress is pretty just standard. So I'm just gonna let it play. Nothing too exciting, really. It's exciting in the aspects of like I don't do anything crazy, but I do my checks from that point and just go from there. So, Pirate's Fortress is finally done. I did just double check to make sure I couldn't do the underbelly just in case. So, that is probably still, like, casually and even randomizer-wise, and even when I used to speedrun this game a little bit, the most annoying area in the entire game. I just find that area just to be very obnoxious and annoying. I just don't like the Zora section. Like, you basically go through all this nice head bump to grab Great Wave Bossa Nova to then go to just a completely shit dungeon that's also fucking bad. Like, it's just lose, 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 lose. This area just sucks. The only good part about this area is the Zora swimming, because Zora swimming is awesome. Oh my god, the Lens of Truth! It actually handed me an item! So, for once, the actual, Great Wave Bossa Nova fucking check actually handed me something, like, remotely useful, so that was nice. So, we actually have a full inventory. Link is fully equipped. The technical quote-unquote only thing I am missing that is stopping me from just speedrunning the rest of the game is Goron Mask, Lullaby, Elegy, and Oath. And that is it. I technically do not need Song of Healing. I don't need any of the other masks. As much as it does pain me to say that, I don't technically need Fierce Deity's mask either. So, this run legitimately struggled in the first half just so it could fly by in the second half. So this is amazing. This is great. This is exactly what you want to see. So, I am just going to go ahead and speedrun through Woodfall, and we'll just go from there. Alright, so Woodfall Temple is completely done. We're immediately just gonna go ahead and get out of Woodfall Temple just to go ahead and go to Zora Cope, just so we can start the Great Bay Temple. So here's the thing about Great Bay Temple. It sucks. And there's no possible way it has anything good. So, if I do not find the Great Bay Temple boss key in the temple itself, I will more than likely just go ahead and do the skip fort, which is where you would basically just kind of glitch into the ramp. So I'll wait till it actually shows it to tell you what I'm talking about. That way it's a little bit easier. So yeah, this ramp that's behind Link, if you go to the right side, and you do a infinite sword glitch bomb hover into the corner, so you basically just need Link to get bomb stuck in there, you can actually bomb hover out of bounds to a certain point, back jump into the load zone for the boss fight. And that basically makes it so you just skip the entire dungeon. I'm still gonna run through the entire dungeon just to double check everything. So the Razor Sword now, if it breaks, which I think I have the setting for it to break, is turned off anyway, so it's not going to. But we do find the Curious Sword, which is nice. I'm still looking for the Razor Sword as well. But if you've ever seen my casual playthrough that I posted like 7 or 8 years ago, you can pretty much just know that I really hate this dungeon, so I don't really have much to say on it other than just that I find it annoying. Other than like this first room, I think the entire dungeon was kind of smooth though, so that was kind of nice. I think I did see that correctly. I think I noticed it in my playthrough when I was playing through this. I think I just noticed it there. I think they repositioned Link, so he was kind of walking upwards like he was doing a moonwalk. And then they readjusted so he would actually be on the correct plane. So, this is... What I'm going to do here is I was originally going to wait on the platform to just double check to see what this guy on this other side has. And then I remembered, you know, it's a moving platform, probably should jump off it. So we're just going to shoot this guy to see what he has, just to check to see if, like, it's anywhere I need to, like, go over and collect. And it's just a silver rupee, you know, who cares? The only interesting thing about the Great Bay Temple that I do here is I think I do a... So instead of going through the entire dungeon, coming back, and then bomb hovering, I decided to just bomb hover here because I already have all the bombs I need, and I don't need to double check. So, for the first time, I legitimately get bomb hover first try, and then I just go over to the switch first try. I almost fall off, but I actually just do this first try. The video is going to lag a little bit, just because it is supposed to be 20 frames on Majora's Mask N64 Project 64 emulator. So the game's just having to take in a lot of calculations, so I do like one regular bomb hover just so that it doesn't lag too badly. So this is pretty much the most impressive thing ever, because if you see my randomizers, boom, see we're on the platform. I usually fail this like 3 or 4 times, or I have to climb around the entire area like 6 or 7 times just to get everything done. So I think that was pretty cool that I got it first try, but other than that, you know, I'm just gonna let you enjoy, see what I find, and we'll go from there. Alright, so that is the entire Great Bay Temple done, which is awesome. The big, huge thing that we actually did find in there was Oath of Order, which is great. That means that we pretty much are good to go. So, because it's final day at 12 o'clock, it's basically just time to just kind of clean up. So, I'm just basically just gonna run around, do a bunch of mini games, and do some last minute stuff. So, we'll go from there. So, I think the first thing I do is I go to Clock Town. And I think I want to check the, like, sword thing. So I think it goes, like, the dojo, then I go to the room, and then I do shooting gallery. So, for the swordsman school, in case you're curious how to do this properly, so there is, like, multiple methods that you can do, but the simplest and easiest one is to just pull out a sword and then just jump slash. Jump slash gives you 3 points guaranteed, and you need 30 points in order to beat the entire thing, and it gives you 10 logs to be able to do it. So jump slashing is just the go-to method here. Yay, we're done! And we got the deed. So, because we're so close on the final day, I think I immediately just go check the deed. Yeah, so I immediately go check the deed just to make sure. And I think that, like, leads me to, like, a side thing where I do, like, the pictograph, but what I don't realize is the contest is, I think, is for, like, the first day only, and then second and third day, it's off limits, you can't do it again. So, pretty much just waste some time there, it happens, you know, whatever. But, you know, you can at least see how I go about that, and that woodfall is done. I do actually check this magic up there. I already have extended magic, so I don't need it anymore. But it's kind of one of those, like, I was just kind of curious, like, if I got Goron Mask early, was this going to actually just be a fool? Or was it going to be actual magic, and I could have just got magic, like, immediately if I had Goron Mask? So, yes. So, we are pretty much halfway for legitimately every single extra item in the game now. We have 15 Swamp, and it was actual magic. We have 13 Ocean, 8 Woodfall, 8 Snowhead, 5 Ocean, and 7 Stone Tower. So majority of the fairies and stuff like that are just completely out now, which is awesome. But, so I'm basically just gonna do a quick side quest, grab a picture, and then just find out that, you know, the contest is already over, it doesn't matter, he doesn't care, he doesn't want to see anything. Alright, so now that that little side quest for the photo of not getting anything done is over, we're basically just going to do the shooting galleries. So for both places, we're just going to just do that. So you can now watch me expertly know how to play these things flawless. Alright, both shooting galleries are finally done. I don't know what was wrong with me on this last one. I always have trouble with this last one getting a... Like, I either just perfect it for a try, and then I can't get the second item, or so on and so forth. So, yeah, you know, it is what it is. I'm just bad at the game sometimes. It happens. But, you know, we're gonna double-check these guys to see if they want to race, and then find out that they're not even here. So then we do have the Mask of Truth, so we can do the dog race, which is nice. So we're basically just going to do a bunch of like last second checks. So I think the checks that we do is dog race, which just to get there faster I am going to use Epona. So we do dog race for the 150. Then it is going to be the pillar chest in the graveyard area, the canyon. I do the kitten test this time. Put in the comments, do you think I'm gonna do it correctly this time? It's 4. Starts on 1, gets 3 by each day. Stock pot in. She has 3. Red. And Anju likes to apologize a lot. Can relate completely. Bless that woman. And this dickhead gave me a fucking false item. So next time I see him, I'm shooting him. With my bow. With frost shot too. I want to make sure he feels how I felt. So we do the kitten quiz, the dog race, and then we do the pillar for the canyon, and then I also do have Lens of Truth and a red potion, so I go ahead and take care of the soldier as well. So that's pretty much just going to be those quick checks, which I'm just going to let kind of play. So other than that, if you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It does help out the channel quite a lot. It makes it so that it can be viewed by other people. If you do like the content and think it's worth sharing, then just share it on whatever you'd like. I don't really care. Just, you know, get the video out there. And other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. And I'll let the video just finish up.